Good morning. Today I'm going to be reading a book called Not Yet, the story of an unstoppable skater. This story is part of our Book March Madness. It is written by Zahra Lari and Hadley Davis and illustrated by Sarah Alfagi. The air-conditioned theater is as cold as a rink. On screen, a skater spins. Zahra watches, dizzy with delight. The skater jumps and twists twice. Zahra's wide brown eyes grow wider. In a blink, the skater's blade scrapes back onto the ice. She smiles. Zahra smiles back. That night, Zahra slides down the hallway in her socks. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, until she reaches her room. Asleep in her bed, Zahra dreams. She skips through warm sand and finds an icy oasis. Zahra glides across it. At breakfast the next morning, Zahra's cereal swirls in the milk. She chases it around the bowl with her spoon. I'm going to be a figure skater, Zahra announces to her brother on the way to school. That's ridiculous, he replies. You don't know how to skate. Not yet, Zahra corrects him. Not yet. In the cafeteria, Zahra's best friend, Sumai, shows off a skirt she sewed. Cool. Can you make me a skating costume? Zahra asks. You didn't tell me you were taking lessons, Sumai says, surprised. I'm not. I mean, not yet. Zahra's face feels hot. Not yet. Back home, Zahra has an important question. It's about skating, she explains. I have a question first, her mom replies, barely looking up from her book. Have you finished your homework? Zahra sighs. Not yet. Zahra thinks she's going to be an ice princess. You're already too old to train for skating. Dangerous sport. You'll be covered in bruises. There's only one rink in our whole country. It's freezing in there. Miserable. I could just think of miserable. I'm cold just thinking about it. Isn't skating expensive? Besides, Zahra, her uncle says frostily, figure skaters don't look like you. Zahra's wide brown eyes fill with frustration. Not yet, she whispers. Zahra's dad whispers back. Not yet, he agrees. On Saturday, Zahra's father takes her to the city. Soon she's balancing in bright white boots. What do you think? Her dad asks. They're beautiful, she beams. Zahra zips toward the ice where a class of kids wiggles backwards, leaving lines like squiggles. A girl her age crosses long limbs, one over the other. Two teenagers turn like tops. Zahra can't wait another second. She steps out onto the smooth surface and She falls and falls again and again. The ice is harder than Zahra imagined. Skating is harder too. Zahra's arm aches. Surely she'll have a bruise, just like her grandmother said. Zahra's cheeks sting. It is freezing, just like her grandfather said. Zahra looks around. No one is dressed like she is, just like her uncle said. Had enough for today? Zahra's father calls out. Zahra's wide brown eyes flood with determination. And then, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Zahra answers. Not yet. As you can see here, she is older with lots of medals. She's practicing here. She's got a big flag, it looks like. Doing some more moves here. Some more moves and practicing. So the book was written by Zahra and Hadley Davis. And so there's an author's note. It says, when I was 11 years old, I saw the movie Ice Princess, and I begged my parents for a chance to skate. Skating sounded like a strange idea because I'm from the United Arab Emirates, a desert country with only one skating rink. Just like in this book, my father was the person to grant me my wish. Dad knew so little about the sport. He first bought me hockey skates instead of figure skates. I finally started lessons at age 12, which is late to begin skating seriously, but I was determined. I woke up at 4:30 a.m. to train before I went to school, and then after class, I went back to the rink. As part of my Muslim tradition, I chose to be covered in public. This means my skating dresses are long-sleeved and designed to be worn with leggings. Over my hair, I wear a matching headscarf called a hijab. The judges of my first international competition, the European Cup, had never seen a skater wearing a hijab. They called it a costume prop and deducted points from my score. I thought that wasn't fair, so I went to meet with a representative from the International Skating Union. I jumped and spun on the ice, showing that my headscarf was safe to skate in and wouldn't move around or fall off. It worked. They changed the rules. I am happy to say that although I was the first skater to compete in a hijab, I'm not the last. I believe everyone should follow their dreams, no matter how far-fetched it sounds out loud. No one will tell you that you're ridiculous. Once you've proven them wrong, remember your dream just hasn't come true. Yet. And then Hadley writes, one morning in Los Angeles, I saw an article about a figure skater from the Middle East named Zahra Lari. I read she was breaking culture barriers in the sport and even helping Nike design a special hijab for Muslim athletes. How cool, I thought. I kept reading and learned this change-making young woman had started skating after watching the Disney movie Ice Princess. I ran to my computer, found Zahra on social media, and typed this message. I wrote Ice Princess. That my script inspired you to skate, and you've inspired girls all over the world, is the best happily ever after, ever. Zahra replied within seconds. We became fast friends and decided we had a new story to tell together. This book is that story. And then the illustrator, Sarah, writes, everything is impossible until it isn't. I've spent many years as a fantasy artist, but I could instantly see there was a true magic to Zahra's story. I felt immediately connected to her, realized that she had to push through all the obstacles in her way to make her dreams real. Every child has a not yet moment, no matter where in the world you are, what language you speak, or what your goals may be. How do you design a character you want your reader to root for? Our first no often originates from our fiercest supporters. Our first obstacles are often placed by those who love us most. As I sketched what a young Zahra might look like, I visualized her as a small yet able to take up a whole page. Resilience had to dance around in sparkles and tights. Big eyes were needed to represent a bigger heart. As a Muslim woman in hijab myself, I wanted to have some real fun with Zahara's headscarf. I wanted the scarf to fill the page and to wave proudly like a flag whenever Zahara dreamed. The scarf would amplify her beauty, strength, and grace just as it did in real life. When Zahara and Hadley first reached out to me with this fantastical story, we wondered if there were any other stories like hers out there. Not yet, we said. So as we reach the end of this book, I hope it is the start of a new story for someone else. And here's a picture of how long and sparkly she made that scarf. And here's a picture of Zahara and Hadley. And then here's a picture of Sarah. On the back cover, it actually shows a picture of Zahara skating with that hijab on and her beautiful dress. So that is Not Yet, the story of an unstoppable skater. I hope you enjoyed it.